Sorry, I had to do it. This is my third take. I'm bored at this point. Okay. I cut my hair, obviously. So what's going on? So I have this personality type that I have to know things, right? It drives me nuts not to know, this or this, And that could be anything, It could be down to I've spent nights staying awake because I'm like, why is there so many religions? One can't be right and them all be wrong, or why is this one right? Or what if it's this one? What if we're all wrong, What if it's just society controlling it? Like, I question everything. So, I live in a suite with the RA of the whole second upstairs or whatever, and then there's me, there's Hunter from YouTube, who lives across the hall from me, and then there's two girls. And the RA, I think she's like 19 or 20 or something like that, and she was called by God to be a missionary. Automatically, the first thing when she told me that was, oh, I bet she thinks I'm going to hell, kind of thing. And today I asked her, I was just like, I walked up to her room, I asked her one question. I was like, so what do you think about, and that probably wasn't, it wasn't the most polite thing to do, I put her on the spot. But I wanted to know right then and there, so that's what I'm like, I had no filter. It's like, oh, I want to know this, so what do you think, And so I asked her, and it was very awkward that she told me that she thinks I'm playing God. She didn't say that like I just told you, she said it in a very roundabout way. But the truth is, from what I gather, she doesn't know much about transgender people. But I was just like, Lord, she thinks I'm going to hell. Or not going to hell, but sinning, I guess, would be the appropriate way to put that, And she made it a point of telling me she doesn't judge me for it or anything, but now it's like, for the next 6 months, I'm going to be like, oh my God, she thinks I'm sinning, she thinks I'm wrong. I don't know why I asked her that. I knew, I should have known, oh Lord, it's like, why would I do that to myself? So every time I see her, I'm going to be like, oh, she thinks I'm sinning. So I'm going to make it a point to go out of my way to explain things to her so that she understands that I'm not. And she's not going to want to hear that, I'm sure, so it's like, shit. Why did I ask that? I don't know. But she's really cool, and I love everybody I live with. They're really awesome. Me and Hunter just spent like an hour killing Nazi zombies on Call of Duty. That was a blast. Yeah, it's gonna plague me. I don't, I question so much. And I've even had nights where I'm like, what if I'm doing the wrong thing? And I've talked to people about this, and I never question if I feel right living as a male. But I question because society makes me question the process I'm doing to do it. If that makes sense. Like, I feel comfortable and I'm happy. And I've never been this happy before. But society makes me question the process that is taken for me to be happy. And I don't like that at all. It sucks so bad living in a time where medicine has advanced to make life easier for us, but that medical advancement is actually making life harder for us as a social aspect, but it's making things better for us on an internal aspect. And I can't wait. My generation's gonna die off, and then all this stuff will be like, oh, so you're a tranny, whatever. It's not even gonna matter. But the only way, and that'll happen because people like me and people like you are on YouTube educating the world, and whatever avenues, I'm making my documentary, and we're gonna make the next generation's life so much easier. It just sucks that it couldn't happen for us, but it is what it is. One of my friends turned me on to the tranny hair, and I went and read their blog. I didn't even know about it, all you guys' pictures have been posted, and I didn't know it. And I don't mean to laugh, but, it's funny how someone who's not religious is hating on trannies. Someone who's in the homosexual community is hating on trannies. Like, it's funny to me, you know. I mean, like, what are the odds of that? You know, it's kind of like, I don't know. That's like me hating other white people or something. I don't know. You know, like, it's just. I don't really like white people, to be honest. I grew up around very racist, very judgmental white people, and every time I see a southern white person that speaks like this, I automatically assume they're a racist, you know, like, and then I'm like, oh, I hate you. I do not like racism. I'm not a fan of it. And growing up in that environment has caused me to, it's almost like a second nature to stereotype or something like that. You know, and it's not just, you know, the main racism in the South is against black people, but, you know, it can even be against all the other races that there are, you know, and it's like, why do I do that? I don't feel that way, but it's like because I was around it so long, you know, it's breaking the cycle of that, and it sucks, you know, so I'm very bitter towards white people who are racist, and, I judge white people automatically with the southern accent. It's wrong because that's what, you know, they do to other people, you know, and I'm fighting judgment and I'm fighting, you know, all these things that people do against me, but because it happens to me so much, it's like I gotta take it, internalize it, and indirectly lash out at other people with that judgment, and it's wrong, you know, but it's something I've just realized about myself, you know. I know I always did it with the drugs, but there are other areas that I've done it, and I'm like, man, this is not good. So that's what's going on with that. But I just wanted to let you guys know it's not always best to have your questions answered in life. Just take things as they come. And I'm sure for the next 6 months I'll be ranting about, I wonder what she thought today. Did she look at me and say sinner? No, she's not like that. That was a joke. Yeah, I shouldn't have asked because I didn't want to know, because it's going to bug the hell out of me. Maybe once I finish my documentary, I'll show it to her and the world will be changed. I don't know. But I don't know, things are going good, you know. I've been talking to my dad on the phone a lot lately. Well, by a lot, I mean like once or twice a week, and texting and stuff. And, you know, he tells me he loves me and stuff when we get off the phone. And just to hear that is just so reassuring. And he says, you know, he bought a lawyer to take care of the lawsuit, and it's like, he's telling me it's just a number on a piece of paper, don't even worry about it. So, you know, I mean, that is true, I guess. It is just a number on a piece of paper. And if, you know, I gotta pay him back, whatever, you know. So, that's that. I hope you guys are doing good, and just remember to keep your head up and fight. Stay strong, don't give up, because if you do, you're just gonna slip further down. You know, if you fight it, you stand a chance to climb to the top, so don't give up. Fight to be happy, fight to smile and mean it. Fight to even know what the word happy means. Because when you realize that it really does mean something. It wasn't just some word everybody threw around that, you know, you was like, happiness, what the fuck is that, you know? I've got to stop cussing so much. But yeah, just remember to fight for it. It's worth fighting for it, I promise.